I am super excited today. We are here with the Children's Museum, and Ashley, the executive director, has joined us. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you, Cherie?
I'm doing great. And I'm super excited that you have some great things happening. But just in case there's somebody out there that has no idea what the Children's Museum is and what you guys do, give us a little bit of background about who you are.
Yeah, awesome. We started here in the Brazos Valley in 1995. That was the year we first, that was the year, I guess, they first have the Articles of Incorporation, if you will. So it started as a museum without walls. Which basically meant that they spent their time bringing exhibits to community events. So any community event that was happening in Bryan College Station, they were setting up kids' activities. We got our first building in 1998 in downtown Bryan. So that was the first time that the Museum Without Walls was actually had walls. And we've been in a couple of different locations. Fast forward to 2021, as of last week, we opened at our newest location at 4114 Lake Atlas Drive, which is in the Lake Walk development here in Bryan.
And it is super gorgeous out there. And I absolutely love what you guys have done there. And people, you've got to take your kiddos and go check this out. Absolutely amazing little fun place. And then after you visit the museum, you can walk around the lake. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous out there. Yes, you will definitely run your kids out of energy. And they'll learn something all at the same time.
Exactly. I know we've got our museum is set up into three sort of spaces, a space for innovation, a space to create, and then a space to play. And those are kind of our three focus areas: innovate, create, and play. Those are the tenets that we're really trying to instill in the children and the families of the Brazos Valley through our educational exhibits. That, like you said, you'll learn something, but they're also really fun.
Yes. And aren't some of those sections sponsored by some of our local companies?
They are, yes. So our innovation station is sponsored by Fujifilm Docent Biotechnologies. We have a HEB grocery store, an American Momentum Bank, a St. Joseph Children's Kid Care Clinic, and lots of other great exhibits here in the new museum.
Oh yeah. But we are here to talk about National Volunteer Week. And I know there's some great volunteer opportunities happening at the Children's Museum. So give us a little bit of information about that.
Yes, so we, like so many nonprofits, really rely on our volunteers. And our volunteer program, we have a couple of different options. You know, we of course have special events. We've got our Daddy-Daughter Dance, that's our biggest fundraiser each year, and a couple of other smaller fundraising events that we rely on volunteers for. So if you're interested in event planning or event-based volunteer opportunities, we've got several options for you there. We also have a museum docent program. And the docent program at the Children's Museum is similar and different to docent programs at other museums across the country. You know, our docents are our volunteers who really help us to elevate the experience that families have when they come into our museum space. So as a docent, you may have a special affinity for space travel or rocket ships. And so you might come once a month and do a little talk on rocket ships or space travel, maybe do a little activity or just talk about your experience. Maybe you used to work for NASA. That's one option for a docent. We have docents who do a knitting demonstration for the kids, you know, kind of help with knitting or weaving in our innovation station area. So really the docent program is great. Any kind of special, I guess, special hobby that you have or special set of knowledge, we would love to, kind of feature you here in the museum.
Oh yes, when you guys were in downtown, when I was doing my skincare business, I did it on lavender and rosemary and different things, and the kids got to make little sachets and understand how those herbs work, what are different ways to do it. And then I actually love volunteering at the daddy-daughter dance. I did that with the photographer to help make sure that the dads and the daughters were perfect for their picture, and those kids have a fantastic time, and you could not go wrong with that. It's super fun, and it's neat to see how the dads interact with their daughters. It's such a
I know thing. It really is. It really is, because they're by themselves and you just don't, you don't always get to see it, right? As a mom, I don't get to see my husband by himself with our kids, but it's so heartwarming to see it.
Oh yeah. And it's all for a good cause to raise money for the children.
All for a good cause. Exactly. So besides our docent and event volunteer programs, we have 2 advisory committees that we are looking for volunteers to serve on. Our experience committee really handles all of our exhibits, our educational programs, any events that we do. Those are all things that the experience committee has, those are ideas that have come out of our experience committee meetings. So all of our new exhibits and our new space was planned through that committee. And then we also have our advancement committee, and our advancement committee, works very closely with our experience committee, but it deals with fundraising and how we set prices, corporate sponsorship, and basically any idea that would move the museum forward happens or comes from that advancement committee. And those committees meet once per month in person or via Zoom. We do have a Zoom option for our meetings. And those are great because it's a minimal time investment. But anytime someone is like, hey, I have a great idea for the museum, we're like, hey, join this experience committee or join the advancement committee. That's where we kind of flush through all the different ideas and see, what can we make happen?
I love that. And that is super fun. So anybody that wants to be creative on coming up with how to get some exhibits, they need to come see you.
Yep.
Awesome.
Exactly. Yeah. You can join up on our experience committee. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm super excited for your new location, and absolutely looks like there's a ton of fun going to happen. And I love you guys' fundraisers. And so if anybody ever wanted to support you guys, you just check out their website, get some tickets for their fundraisers. And my gosh, amazing stuff happening at the Children's Museum. Is there anything else that we may not have chatted about that you wanted to say?
No, that's great. That's great. We need volunteers. We couldn't do it without them. So
no, we sure can.
And thank you for featuring us.
Yeah, our volunteers are rock stars. I mean, I with all nonprofits, that's pretty much the pulse of that organization is everyone who jumps in and helps. And oh my gosh, couldn't do what we 100%. Do without them.
Yes, 100%.
Well, thank you so much, Ashley, for joining me. And if you want more information, all they have to do is go to your website at cmbv.org or send an email to marketing@cmbv.org. Thanks again, Ashley.
Thank you.